We are your official Wildcat and Ladycat station, KSST 1230 AM, Sulphur Springs, Texas. It's time for Ladycats basketball playoff round 1. Let's go to Winona, Texas, where tonight's game is called by KSST Sports Director Don Julian. Don?
National anthem. Our national anthem from the Winona Gym. As we are ready, I think, for the announcing of the lineups. Let's pick that up.
Sulphur Springs Ladycats. At point guard, senior number 2, Sadavia Porter. At guard, senior number 3, Tierra Rose. At guard, senior number 12, Danielle Godboth. At post, sophomore number 13, Nadia Lindley. And at post, senior number 22, Autumn Tanton. Ladycats are coached by Freddie Tisdale and assisted by Tyler Lindsay and Jeremy Delores. And now, for your home team, the Jacksonville Fighting Maidens. At point guard, sophomore number 5, Alexis Calderon. And at guard, sophomore number 10, Grace Abercrombie. And at post, junior number 22, Tashara Gibson. And at post, junior number 23, Tamia Tucker. And at guard, junior number 30, Felicia Anderson. The Maidens are coached by Lynn Nobby, assisted by Jerry Simpson and Travis Snyder.
So we got on the air just in time for the national anthem, the identification of the starting lineup. So we're just about ready to get underway here. As Ladycats of Sulphur Springs, 24-7 on the season, 6-4 in district play. They were a number 3 seed in their district in 15-5A. The Maidens of Jacksonville are 28-6 for the season, 12-2 in district. They were the number 2 seed in 16-5A, and both of these East Texas districts. By district tonight, the winner of this will play the winner of Mesquite Poteet and Midlothian, and they'll play tomorrow night. So we won't know what the matchup is like until the games of tomorrow night. Autumn Tanton is getting ready to jump for the Lady Cats. She'll be going up against Felicia Anderson, and the tap is controlled by the Maidens. And here comes Jacksonville. Calderon driving in. Pass down low, and Calderon will shoot a three, the first of many tonight, and Sadavia Porter had the rebound, and then the ball was lost out of bounds last touch by the Lady Cats. So it'll go back to Jacksonville, and it didn't take them but 13 seconds to launch their first three-pointer, and they'll probably shoot about 30 tonight. Passing the ball in now will be Abercrombie. Here's a shot put up and blocked by Tierra Rose on that was on Calderon. Here's Autumn Tanton, a 10-footer. Good by the Lady Cats, and they lead 2-0. And Jacksonville against a mild press. Calderon drives in. Free throw line shot is up. No good. Good rebound, Sadavia Porter. The Lady Cats run. Porter in the lane. Put up a shot short. Fight for the rebound. Lindley will follow with a shot, and she hit it. Nyla Lindley, it's 4-0. The Lady Cats are up. And here come the Jacksonville Maidens with Calderon. Alexis Calderon on the dribble outside. Works it over to Grace Abercrombie. Top of the key now to, and here, well, here's Calderon with a shot, missed it. Abercrombie, the follow shot, no good. And another follow shot put up by Tamia Tucker, and a foul on one of the Lady Cats. Yeah, let's see if they're going to be giving us those numbers tonight. So far, do not see that. Oh, there it is. That foul was on Nyla Lindley, her first. Free throws now for Tucker. No good on the first one. There's another one coming. Oh, excuse me. This is Tashara Gibson. Gibson with a second free throw. It's 22, not 23, and that one is off. No good. Autumn Tanton with a rebound. Lady Cats 4 and Jacksonville 0, and Sadavia Porter across the midline for the Lady Cats. Left side it goes. Danielle Godbolt back to Porter, top of the key. Right side, Tierra Rose. Back outside, Sadavia Porter. Porter, right side, Tierra Rose. Rose dribbles, passed inside, it was tipped, but Lindley got it down low to Tanton. Missed the shot, got her own rebound. Autumn Tanton throws out to Rose, but stolen by Calderon. She drives in, the layup is good by Alexis Calderon, and makes it a 4-2 ball game. 6:10 left here in the first quarter. Sadavia Porter across the midline for the Lady Cats. Porter outside the arc. Lob over to Tierra Rose. Rose, a huge size mismatch with Abercrombie. Tanton turns and shoots, no good. The rebound was lost out of bounds there by Tamia Tucker. It'll go back to the Lady Cats underneath their own basket, and Tierra Rose will trigger it in. And Rose looking inside, and now triggers outside. Danielle Godbolt to three, off, no good. Lindley a rebound. And her pass tipped out of bounds by a real leaper there, that Calderon. Not very tall, but she's very athletic. Supposed to be like a starter kit for Sadavia Porter. Now that's high praise coming from a Lady Cats fan. Down to Nyla Lindley. Outside Godbolt to Porter for the three. It's off the iron, no good. Tanton will chase down the rebound. Over to Tierra Rose. Gets it to Porter. She slashes in, puts up the shot. It's off, no good. And a rebound comes down to Tamia Tucker. Quickly down court, Calderon missed the layup, but I think she drew the second foul on Nyla Lindley. See if, yes, it is on Nyla. I've really messed myself up because I put the Lady Cats in the visiting position in the scorebook, so I am not adapting well in the early going. Here's Calderon's free throw is good. She's got all three Jacksonville points, and Kate Womack will check in now for Lindley with those two fouls. Calderon can tie the ball game here, and her free throw is off, no good. Rebound to Autumn Tanton. Lady Cats leading 3-2, and Porter across the midline. 5:09 left here in the first quarter. of this by-district contest in Winona. Autumn Tanton free throw line. Left side, Godbolt penetrated inside. Porter for three. It's off, no good. And the rebound comes down to Tamia Tucker. Abercrombie in transition, knocked away though by Jacksonville and then lost out of bounds by the Lady Cats. Anderson had it and lost it, but the Lady Cats, after they knocked it loose, a couple of them collided together and the ball trickled out of bounds. Back to Jacksonville. They trail 4-3. 4:47 left in the first quarter, and there is a jump ball called on Jacksonville, and they put alternate possession to the Lady Cats. 4:44 left here in the first quarter. Lady Cats of Sulphur Springs 4, Jacksonville 3. Porter, top of the key, drives into the lane, puts up the shot off the glass, no good. Another rebound for Jacksonville. Calderon, long pass down court, good catch, shot put up. Anderson short, rebounded by Womack, gets it to Godbolt and back to Porter, and Tanton ahead of the field, makes the catch, lets Abercrombie fly by, missed the layup, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch for the Lady Cats. So a missed opportunity there for the Lady Cats. Autumn did a good job by letting that tall Abercrombie fly by, that 6-foot guard, but then missed the layup and could not corral the rebound. Calderon with the ball. We've kind of been stuck on 4-3 for a while. Just over 4 to play in the first quarter. Calderon got it over to Anderson. Back to Calderon. Drives in, slipped and fell, put up the shot and missed it. Somebody from Jacksonville had been camped in the lane for a while. That was Tashara Gibson, and she's going to pick up a foul. And Danielle Godbolt, I believe. No. Thank you, Mr. Scoreboard Operator. That was Kate Womack. Boy, love that player number and foul. The free throw is good by Gibson. He has 1 out of 3, and that ties the score at 4. 3:55 left here in the first quarter. Gibson can put the Maidens ahead here and miss the free throw, and comes down to Tierra Rose. She was almost tied up. Gives it over to Porter. We're tied at 4. Under 4 to play here in the first quarter. Rose back to Porter. Top of the key for the Lady Cats. She directs traffic. Right side, Tierra Rose shoots the three. That's off, no good. Rebound by Anderson, stolen by Porter, and then Porter, one of the smallest players in the court, got fouled by one of the taller ones, Galicia Anderson. That's her first foul. There's the first foul for Jacksonville, and it's a non-shooting foul. Lady Cats have picked up 3 fouls, and Danielle Godbolt will trigger it underneath the Lady Cats basket. Outside to Porter. Porter goes around the screen. Oh, a high bounce. Got it over to Tanton. Her shot blocked by Abercrombie, and here comes the 6-foot guard. Abercrombie toward the basket and throws it right to Danielle Godbolt. Here come the Lady Cats. Score tied, over to Porter. She'll shoot the long three. It's good by Sadavia Porter. Her first three and first basket. And the Lady Cats are up 7-4 now. 3:07 left in the first quarter. Team's a little cold shooting in the first quarter, as you can well imagine the tension here. Back outside, Calderon. She penetrates in. Shuffled it down low, and a good basket, good position. Tashara Gibson now has 3 points, and it's a 7-6 ball game. The Lady Cats lead. 2:47 left in the first quarter. Porter across the midline for the Lady Cats. Dribbling outside. Jacksonville in a zone defense. Left side, Danielle Godbolt. Over to Kate Womack, left corner. Back outside, Godbolt over to Porter, top of the key. She stops down into the lane to Autumn Tanton. Her shot blocked out of bounds by Jacksonville. It'll go back to the Lady Cats. 2:27 left in the first quarter. Substitution for Jacksonville. And coming into the ball game now is Takaria Tilley. She replaced Calderon. Lady Cats around the arc. Kate Womack drives in. Back outside, Porter. Right side, Tierra Rose. Autumn Tanton in the right corner. Starts the dribble. Back outside to Rose. Way outside to Porter on the left side. A long three off the iron. Fight for the rebound. Comes down to Jacksonville. That was Tucker again. And gets it over to Grace Abercrombie. Abercrombie Penetrates in just inside the arc. Off the iron, no good. Abercrombie won the chase to the ball back in the corner. Tried to bounce it off the Lady Cats. Now a long pass to Porter. She puts it up with the left hand, no good. And a rebound for Jacksonville. Came down to Anderson, but stolen by the Lady Cats. Porter shoots, misses, but drew the foul on one of the taller Jacksonville maidens. And let's see the fingers there. That'll be a foul on Calicia Anderson, her second. And Jacksonville has only 2. So they may take their tall post player out of there. We'll see. Porter's free throw, nothing but net. Sadavia Porter with 4 points. She's 1 for 1 from the free throw line. And now Anderson does sit, and they'll bring Calderon back in from the point guard. So you might say the Maiden's going small, except they've got that 6-foot guard. Free throw, Porter made both. She's got 5 points, and the Lady Cats leading 9-6. 1:36 left here in the first quarter of our basketball game. Calderon outside for Jacksonville. Here's a free throw line, and down low they go. The shot is put up and in. Good position there by Gibson. And Gibson with 5 points. Lady Cats have not had an answer for her in the early going. Lady Cats 9 and Jacksonville 8. 1:14 left in the first quarter. Left side, Danielle Godbolt. Godbolt dribbles cross court. Tierra Rose. Rose passes Tanton. Free throw line. Shot up off the glass. Good by Autumn Tanton. And Tanton with 4 points. Lady Cats lead 11-8. Under a minute left in the first quarter. Calderon with the ball for the Maidens. Work over to Abercrombie. Abercrombie penetrates in, puts up the shot. Good off the glass by Grace Abercrombie. First basket. Lady Cats leading 11-10. 39 seconds left here in the first quarter. Right side, Tierra Rose. Underneath, Tanton drives in. Shot up, no good. Rebound, Grace Abercrombie. 30 seconds for the Maidens. They're down by 1. Abercrombie kicks it outside to Calderon, being guarded by Tierra Rose. They probably figure Rose is about as good a defender as they have. Abercrombie will shoot a 12-footer. It's in and out, no good. Good rebound by Tierra Rose. Gets it over to Porter. Long pass, Tanton makes the grab. She got fouled, missed the shot, but she was fouled by Grace Abercrombie. Pretty sure that was the call. If that's the case, that is going to, that's first on her. I thought she had one more, but that is not correct. 1 foul on Grace Abercrombie. Tanton free throws off, no good. Tanton will get another. That was her first free throw. She's got 4 in the first quarter. Chance for 5 here. Eyes the bucket. Free throw out, no good. Rebound Jacksonville. 8 seconds, all that's left here in the first quarter. Lady Cats leading 11-10. Calderon drives in. She got hooked. She just missed the basket. She got fouled by Kate Womack. And that's Kate's second foul. So the Lady Cats have Lindley with 2 and Womack with 2. They've only had 4 fouls, but they're all on 2 people. So 2 apiece. Calderon can put Jacksonville ahead. First free throw, no good. Another one coming. Calderon is 0 for 2. She missed an and 1 free throw earlier. And this free throw, good. She got it. And we're tied at 11. 1.3, all that's left. And Sadavia Porter passes up the 80-foot heave. And we're tied after 1 quarter. We've settled nothing as we played 1 here from Winona. The Lady Cats of Sulphur Springs 11 and Jacksonville 11. Let's take a break here, and we'll be back for the start of the second quarter right after this. And getting ready to start the second quarter of play. Jacksonville has returned to the court. Again, their coach is Lynn Nabby. And the Lady Cats, of course, coached by a greatly pregnant Brittany Tisdale at about 38 weeks. And I'm told 39 is the magic number, so she's getting close. Jacksonville will have the ball as we start the second quarter with this 11-11 tie. And Calderon will pass into Abercrombie and back to Calderon. And she goes around a double screen to shoot a long 3. It's off, no good, but a Jacksonville rebound and way back outside to Calderon again. And Coach Nabby now calling for another play. Calderon around the screen, almost tripped, put it up and hit it. That's the second time she's almost tripped and fallen. And Calderon now has 6 points. Jacksonville leads 13-11. Right side it goes to Tierra Rose. Back to Sadavia Porter, top of the key. Right side, Tierra Rose. Rose stops and gets it over to Porter, and she'll shoot the three, and off, no good. They chase it in the corner, and Speed got there first. Calderon. Here comes Jacksonville. Calderon driving in. Contact made, and a jump ball. They say a good hand-on ball play by the Lady Cats, and they just said that happened before contact, so there was no charge or block. And so just a jump ball, Lady Cats possession. They trail 13-11. 7 minutes left here in the second quarter. Porter outside. Left side it goes, Rose. And she tried to get it across to Godbolt. Now Godbolt did come to the ball and got it into Porter. Down low to Kate Womack. Shot is good by Kate Womack, her first basket. And it's 13-13 with 6:41 left here in the second quarter. And here comes Jacksonville. Calderon across the midline for the Maidens. Goes around a screen, and they say a bad screen by Tashera Gibson. That'll be her first foul. So a moving screen, the officials say. And here come the Lady Cats in a 13-13 game. 6:29 left in the second quarter. Pass down to Danielle Godbolt. She got good position, and she got fouled and missed the shot, but the foul was on Tamia Tucker. That's her first. And Danielle Godbolt will head to the line. She has not been to the free throw line yet. And Danielle eyes the bucket. And the free throw on the way is in and out of there. No good. She'll get another. Tied at 13, 6:25 left in the second quarter. Kind of a slow start to this one. Godbolt's free throw, swish. Get nothing but net. First point for Danielle Godbolt. Lady Cats leading 14-13, 6:20 left in the second quarter. Calderon around a double screen. Guarded by Tierra Rose. It's knocked loose and picked up. Godbolt got it over to Rose. Long down to Porter. Porter grabs it. And her shot was blocked into the back wall. Big, tall girl there. Anderson on her. And Sadavia tried to put a move on her, but Anderson swatted it out of bounds with a nice block. And Lady Cats will throw in. Tierra Rose triggers it way out to Autumn Tanton. It was tipped. Tanton chases it back, but threw it to Grace Abercrombie. And here's Jacksonville. Abercrombie driving in. Almost handed it to a Lady Cat. Now they work it over to Calderon. Calderon way outside there, and she'll direct traffic and run the offense. And gets it over to Gibson. And back out to Calderon, guarded by Tierra Rose. 5'2" senior. Down low to Gibson, and she lays it in. Boy, she has been really feasting on that. She's got 7 points in the ball game. She's getting that low post in the Lady Cats. Once she catches the ball, game over. She is just putting it in there. And Jacksonville leads 15-14, 5:27 left here in the second quarter. Kate Womack just inside the arc. It's off, no good. Rebound, Calderon. Here comes Jacksonville on the run. Storming to the basket. Layup miss. Good rebound. Danielle Godbolt. She'll run back the other direction. Danielle goes in, blows by the defender, and lays it up and in. She went right around Gibson. Good play. Danielle Godbolt has 3 points. And the Lady Cats back ahead 16-15 with 5 minutes left in the second quarter. Calderon near midcourt so she can get an earful from Coach Navy there on what play to run here for the Maidens. And Calderon looking over the offense. Now here's a pass over to Anderson. Down low it goes. Shot put up and good move there by Tamia Tucker, her first basket. She made a beautiful move to get in that sweet spot for her on the court, and then she kissed it off the glass. And Jacksonville leads 17-16. 4:33 left here in the second quarter. Tierra Rose over to Porter and around to Godbolt, who couldn't handle the pass. It went out of bounds. Turnover on the Lady Cats. And it'll go back to Jacksonville. Grace Abercrombie will throw the ball in. 17-16. Jacksonville with the lead and the ball. 4:25 left in the second quarter. Grace Calderon, she and Abercrombie, both sophomores. Ball down low, but they threw it right to Sadavia Porter. Porter's long pass is going to be stolen back. And here's a ball to Anderson, and she laid it in transition. 2 points for Anderson, her first two, and Jacksonville leads 19-16. 4:04 left in the second quarter. Rose over to Porter. Porter into the lane, shoots, and it's up and off, no good. Good rebound, Nyla Lindley, and then her shot blocked out of bounds. And it'll go to Jacksonville. Jacksonville doing a good job of protecting the interior. They're getting a lot of blocks inside. Danielle Godbolt triggers in, and she is stolen by Calderon. And she drives in on the other end, lays it, and hit the layup. Pretty good run going on for Jacksonville, and timeout taken for the Lady Cats of Sulphur Springs, as the Jacksonville Maidens have gotten out to a 5-point lead at 21-16. 3:45 left in the second quarter. Let's take the break here, and we'll be back in a moment. And Jacksonville with a 21-16 lead here in the second quarter. And 3:45 left. And the Maidens have scored the last 6 points. They went from down 16-15 to up 21-16. Lady Cats with the ball in the hands of Sadavia Porter. And again, Jacksonville will just pack it in that zone. Porter, right side. Tierra Rose open for a three, and an air ball, and taken by Jacksonville down to Abercrombie. She runs. She'll stop. Almost knocked away from her. Here's a three by Anderson. It's off, no good. It's a big, tall rebound, and it goes way back out to Anderson, and she got it over to Grace Calderon. Calderon gets it over to Anderson. Now in the hands of Tucker. And stolen by Sadavia Porter almost, and then Calderon went to get it back, and they say the Porter touched it last. A near steal. Porter's actually guarding herself, and we talked about the starter kit for a Porter, and that's the same player in number 5 for Jacksonville and number 2 for the Lady Cats. And that may have been Rose. And now here's a steal by Porter. And Porter got the steal on Jacksonville and works around the defense. Sailed it inside, a whistle pass, and it was knocked out of bounds by Gibson of Jacksonville. Lady Cats down 21-16, 2:47 left here in the second quarter. Tierra Rose to trigger in and got it into Sadavia Porter. Porter drives in, bounced low, tried to find a teammate there and couldn't click with Danielle Godbolt, and it ended up in the official's hands. He was out of bounds on the baseline, so a turnover on the Lady Cats. 2:40 left in the second quarter as the Lady Cats are in a swoon here, as Jacksonville has outscored them 6-0 in the last little bit. Grace Calderon with the ball for Jacksonville. Gets it over to Abercrombie. Backs up, shoots the three. Good, she drained the three. Jacksonville continues a 9-0 run, and they're up 24-16 with 2:16 left in the second quarter. Sadavia Porter over to Nyla Lindley outside now. Lindley gets it over to Tierra Rose. 2 minutes left, a little bit more than 2 in the quarter. Over to Porter. Porter drives in, bounced it to Danielle Godbolt, and she couldn't latch on with the hands, and it went right through her and out of bounds, so it'll be another turnover on the Lady Cats as Kate Womack will check in and will replace Tierra Rose. And Jacksonville with the ball with 2 minutes left here in the second quarter, and Jacksonville leading 24-16. Lady Cats in a bad stretch here, and you don't want to go cold like this in a big playoff game. Ball over to Anderson outside the arc. Looking inside, got it over to Tucker. Outside Abercrombie. She steps back to the three and off, no good. Fight for the rebound, comes down to Porter. Porter driving through players. Porter slashes down, lays it up, and hit it. Sadavia Porter breaks the string, has 7 points. That's her first basket in the quarter. And the Lady Cats are down by 6 now, 24-18. Calderon across the midline for Jacksonville. Calderon around the screen. Drives to the right side. She'll shoot the three. It comes up short, partially blocked, I believe. And Kate Womack was fouled by, they're going to say Anderson. That's 3 on Anderson. Let me check with the see with the scoreboard, the official score here. Before we declare that, they have not put it up yet. They may not. And here's Porter across the midline. Lady Cats down 24-18. Lindley drives in over to Kate Womack. Over to Porter for the three. Good by Sadavia Porter. She's got 10 points, and the Lady Cats are down by just 3. They've scored the last 6 points after Jacksonville scored 9 in a row. 42 seconds left in the second quarter, and Jacksonville leading 24-21. And Coach Nabby is not happy about that three that just got made. Over to, or maybe just the way Jacksonville's playing right now. Anderson drives in, the pass blocked by Sadavia Porter. Porter driving in and lays it up and hit it. Sadavia Porter with 12. And the Lady Cats are down by 1. And here comes the Maidens with 15 seconds left in the second quarter. They have a 1-point lead. Calderon gets it over to Gibson. Here's Abercrombie, the three, no good. Fight for the rebound, and Jacksonville got the ball away from the Lady Cats and laid it in for a final heart-wrenching bucket for the Lady Cats, as Tamia Tucker just took that away from 2 Lady Cats trying to get a control of that rebound and put it in the basket. Boy, I hope that 2 points doesn't come back to haunt them. Jacksonville 26, the Lady Cats 23 at the half. And we'll come back and tell you who scored what as we're at the half of this bi-district game from Winona. It's the Jacksonville Maidens 26 and the Lady Cats of Sulphur Springs 23. And we'll take a break. Back in a moment. Well, the Lady Cats just now coming out of their locker room with about 16 seconds left on the warm-up clock. So Brittany Tisdale with a lot to tell her team in the halftime locker room. Jacksonville's huddled up with Coach Nabby. I think a trainer over there for Jacksonville for correcting my improper pronunciation. I said Navy, and she said, "Oh no, Nabby." I said, "Okay, thank you very much. Nice save, young lady." And Jacksonville will get the ball to start the third quarter, and the Lady Cats just now coming out. A starting lineup for the Lady Cats and also for Jacksonville. Both teams returning to their starting 5 to start the third quarter. And Jacksonville again leading 26-23. Don Julian with you here from Winona Gym. Bi-district play between Jacksonville and the Lady Cats of Sulphur Springs. Calderon with the ball. And she penetrates inside, puts up a high arcing shot, no good. The ball knocked out of bounds, and last touch, they say, by Jacksonville. So the Maidens will throw it in underneath their own basket. Calderon to trigger in and gets it into Gibson. And back outside to Anderson, outside the arc outside. Well, the Lady Cats fell down. That was Rose. Oh, the ball came inside, and a hard foul, believe it or not, on Tashara Gibson. The foul was on Tierra Rose. Rose was the one that slipped, and I don't know if she thought she got knocked over or something, but she made a pretty a hard foul, to say the least. And Gibson now has had a trouble at the free throw line, and she continues to struggle. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. She's 1 out of 5 for Jacksonville. Has another one coming. Can give them a 4-point lead, and in and out of there, no good. Autumn Tanton with a rebound. Over to Sadavia Porter. Lady Cats trailing 26-23. 7:32 left to go here in the third quarter. Ball over to Nyla Lindley outside. Lindley dribbling and pass knocked out of bounds by Abercrombie. As Lindley tried to pass over to Rose, and Abercrombie with those long arms. She may have jammed a finger, but not badly, I don't think. And here's a lazy inbounds pass stolen by Anderson. She puts up the shot, missed it. She'll get her own rebound, gave it to Calderon to Abercrombie, one of the taller ladies under the bucket, and she put it in the basket. 28-23, Jacksonville a 5-point lead, just over 7 to play in the third quarter. Danielle Godbolt outside the arc in the left corner to Nyla Lindley. Back outside, Godbolt. Porter, top of the key. Porter drives in, puts up the shot off the glass, no good. Rebound comes down to Tucker. Gives it over. Calderon drives in. There's a shot put up short, but the rebound by Jacksonville, and they pound the boards and then drew a foul. First rebound was Anderson, and then the second one came down to Tucker, and Tucker was fouled. And third foul on Nyla Lindley. Well, Nyla's been in foul trouble tonight. Free throw on the way, no good. Jacksonville not shooting free throws very well at all tonight. That's the first one for Tucker. She's 0 for 1. And Aaliyah Abram checks in now for Tierra Rose. And they keep Lindley in there with those 3 personal fouls. Again, Tucker with another free throw coming here, and off the front iron, no good. Rebound, Danielle Godbolt over to Porter. They've got 2 back for her. She puts it off the glass, missed the shot. Anderson got the rebound over to Calderon. Jacksonville will run. Here's a shot inside the arc, off, no good. Rebound by Kate Womack. Stops the dribble, gives it over to Porter. Porter driving into the lane, put up the shot, and she got it. Oh, the floater was good by Porter. She has 14 points, and the Lady Cats are down by 3 again at 28-25. 6:15 left in the third quarter. Jacksonville with the ball. Calderon outside on the offense. Gives it over to Grace Abercrombie and back to Calderon. Cross-court pass now to Anderson outside the arc. Over to Gibson. She's outside the arc. Calderon penetrates in with a behind-the-back dribble, and she dribbles in. Good pass. It's put up and missed, but Jacksonville again controlling the boards, and a good rebound by Aaliyah Abram. Not that tall of a player, but Aaliyah in the land of the trees there, and picked up a foul on somebody from Jacksonville. That's their first in the quarter, and that foul was on Calderon, and that is her first. Lady Cats down 28-25, 5:42 left here in the third quarter. Sadavia Porter dribbling outside. Gives it over Aaliyah Abram. Right corner, Kate Womack. Cross court to Porter. She's going to shoot the long 3 off, no good, and the rebound to Anderson for Jacksonville. Almost stolen by Porter, and then she got Calderon in the face. And a foul to the face and an automatic 2 shots, the referee says. No, actually he said 2 because of Porter, and that's her first foul. So not 2 shots, it was a non-shooting foul. I misinterpreted that. Abercrombie over to Calderon. Long 3, and it's off, no good, and a big rebound. Abram had it, lost it down on the floor, picked up by Jacksonville, and they put it up and in. Tamia Tucker has 6 points. And they are making some hay off some lost Lady Cat balls down there. Jacksonville by 5, 30-25. Under 5 to play here in the third quarter. Danielle Godbolt drove in. They say she took steps before she shot, and it'll go back to Jacksonville. There's that quick step before you dribble. We even saw that in the boys' game the other night. Those officials do not like any of that foot shuffling going on before you dribble the ball. Calderon with the ball for Jacksonville. Over to Anderson, way outside. Calderon thought about the 3, penetrates in, puts up the floater, no good. Good rebound, Danielle Godbolt, and out to Porter. And then they say Porter traveled in the backcourt. Just had trouble controlling the ball or something, and by the time she got it under control, she was called for the travel. I guess she wasn't moving fast enough. Porter's used to just racing out of there, and that time she took her time. And here's the ball thrown into the backcourt to Aaliyah Abram, and her shot blocked, but Porter's follow shot is good by Sadavia Porter. She's got 16, and the Lady Cats down by 3 again at 30-27. Even quarter here, 4:10 left here in the third quarter. Anderson in the lane, Abercrombie a long 3, good. Nothing but net for Abercrombie. Her second of the night, and she's got 10 points. And Jacksonville by 6, 33-27. Ball right corner, Kate Womack thought about the 3. Back out to Abram. Free throw line, Godbolt's shot is off, no good. Fight for the rebound, it's tipped to the side, and they fight for the ball. Tanton comes up with it, storms to the basket, missed a layup. It's tipped to the outside. They say Jacksonville tipped it last. And they will go back to the Lady Cats. Down by 6, 33-27. 3:38 left in the third quarter. Godbolt into Kate Womack. Womack out to Abram and over to Porter. Porter outside the arc. Tanton at the free throw line. Shot up, off the iron. Rebound, Godbolt. Follow shot. Oh, wouldn't go in. Rebound by Jacksonville, and Danielle Godbolt reached in and tied up the player for Jacksonville. And the possession arrow will go to the Lady Cats. Good play there by Danielle Godbolt. She's a valuable senior for these Lady Cats. Aaliyah Abram underneath the Lady Cats basket. Triggers into Porter. She'll shoot the three. That is off, no good. And the rebound to Anderson. Long pass down to Calderon. Calderon into the lane. And oh, she got up into the air. Didn't know where she was going. And it's a wonder they didn't call traveling. They say she knew, I guess she was going to be traveling if she hit the ground. And so she just let the ball go and it fell out of bounds. So back to the Lady Cats, 33-27, 6-point Jacksonville lead, just over 3 to play in the third quarter. Sadavia Porter for the Lady Cats of Sulphur Springs. Right side, Aaliyah Abram. Abram looking inside. Now cross court, oh, right to Anderson. And she gives it to Calderon. Calderon drives in and hit the bucket on the layup. Timeout taken by the Lady Cats. 10 points for Calderon, her first basket in the quarter. But Jacksonville has sprinted out to an 8-point lead at 35-27. 2:51 left in the third quarter. We'll take the break with them, and we'll be back in a moment. And back to play here from Winona, home of the Winona Wildcats, home to Ashton Wells, our former assistant coach, who was a coach of the Winona Lady Wildcats this year. And here come the Lady Cats of Sulphur Springs, down 35-28. 2:45 left here in the third quarter. Porter on the dribbles, into the lane, puts up the shot, off the iron, no good. Fight for the rebound, last touch by the Lady Cats. It'll go back to Jacksonville. And they have an 8-point lead in the ball with 2:35 left here in the third quarter. Jacksonville 28-6. They just could not handle Lufkin in their district this year. Only team that beat them. Ball down low to Tucker. She puts up the shot, missed it that time, but scrapped for the rebound and got it back. Here's Anderson with a three. That's off, no good. Calderon, small player, gets the rebound. And she drives out and was left open for a three, but she missed it. Goes into the corner. Fight for the rebound, and they're going to, I think he was just pointing at Anderson, saying she knocked it out of bounds. Did not, I don't think, called her for a foul. Oh, it went off the Lady Cats anyway, and here's Calderon with a three. Oh, it went high in the air and through the basket. Calderon has not shot the three well tonight, but she got a genuine shooter's bounce on that one. And Jacksonville up by 11, 38-27. 1:54 left here in the third quarter. Womack with a 10-footer. Good by Kate Womack. Nice shot by Kate. And she's got 4, and the Lady Cats back to within 9, 38-29. 1:40 left here in the third quarter. Calderon dribbling the ball outside. Now Porter's coming out to face her. And Porter took a foul. She reached out and pushed her. It was not a violent push. It was one in order to, now are they going to consult over this? They are. And just to make sure. A flagrant foul. Oh my. A flagrant foul. Now Porter pushed her. There's no doubt about it. But it was a small push. And it's the kind of foul you give when you want the officials to call it. Well, these guys are doing the best they can out there. The officials are giving it everything they've got tonight. And the free throw by Calderon is good. My goodness. That'll make a lasting impression. The most vicious flagrant foul I've ever seen. Calderon missed the second one. 39-29, Jacksonville by 10. Porter will also pick up the foul, but she was going to do that anyway. I don't think they give her 2 fouls. She's got 2 in the game. Calderon into, now Abercrombie ends up with it. Cross court, high pass out to Calderon, and she goes almost to midcourt. Now she'll reset the offense. 1:13 left in the third quarter. Jacksonville by 10. Tucker got it back outside Calderon, working against Abram. Calderon drives in, dish low, and a foul on the Lady Cats. And they'll call Abram with a foul. That's her first. And the ball comes in to Gibson, down to Abercrombie. Her shot is short. Rebounded by Godbolt, down to Porter. Porter will stop, left open for a three. Off, no good. A fight for the rebound. Last touch by Jacksonville. Go back to the Lady Cats. 39-29. And Sadavia Porter will throw in for the Lady Cats. 46.9 seconds left in the quarter. Kate Womack misses the shot, but I think she just got fouled for it. She'll shoot 3 shots. Let's see, hard for me to tell. He had the number with all that meant everything behind his head. That's the second foul on Abercrombie. And Womack's free throw is off. No good. She'll get 2 more. That's her first free throw for Womack. She'll get 2 more. Lady Cats down by 10 here. Kate's free throw is good. She got that one. And not a very good quarter for the Lady Cats, only 7 points. Jacksonville has 13. Womack missed the third shot, got 1 out of 3. Here comes Abercrombie. Jacksonville up by 9, all the way to the bucket, laid it right in. Oh, that was way too easy. Jacksonville leading 41-30. Godbolt drives in, the ball stripped. It's down on the floor, and a jump ball. And possession arrow to Jacksonville. Jacksonville 41, Lady Cats 30 in the third quarter with just 26.9 seconds left in the third quarter. And it was that little break in the second quarter and this whole third quarter here, a difference in the ball game as Jacksonville has taken control. And Calderon stepped out of bounds, they say. And I know a lot of times a player thinks that they were forced out of bounds, and that is a play that does not get called very often. Ball comes into Abram across the midline. Cross court to Godbolt, almost stolen. Here's Kate Womack, stops, gives it away to Porter. Porter driving in, missed the layup, might have been partially blocked. Porter pried it loose and tried to throw it back in, but they say she was out of bounds. Back to Jacksonville. 6.5 seconds left here in the third quarter, and they're going to leave Jacksonville open to, well, Jacksonville is not going to shoot the long three. Yes, they will. A long three by Calderon. Oh, it was good. It hit the backboard, tried to jump out of there, and Calderon had 2 shooter's rolls in that third quarter. And a big 3 for Jacksonville, and they go up 44-30. That could be the backbreaker right there, as the Lady Cats did not have a very good quarter anyway, as they scored 7, and Jacksonville ended up with 18 points. Jacksonville 44, and the Lady Cats of Sulphur Springs 30. Let's take a break here. We'll be back with the start of the fourth quarter right after this. The Lady Cats will trigger the ball in, and they're going to need a miracle fourth quarter here as they are down 44-30 as we enter the fourth quarter. Sadavia Porter with the ball for the Lady Cats. Gives it out to Aaliyah Abram. Abram outside the arc, looking inside, back to Sadavia Porter. He's well back over to Abram. She'll shoot the 3, and it's off, no good, but a good offensive rebound. Kate Womack doing good work tonight. And Kate missed the shot, but drew the foul. She'll shoot 2. And the foul was on, well, let's see, I missed that one. I thought it said 20, but there is no 20 out there. Here's a free throw by Kate. She missed another one. Yes, she is 1 out of 4. That was the third foul on number 30. Oh, that is Kalisha Anderson. And Womack hit the second. She was 1 out of 2. And the Lady Cats down by 13 now, 44-31. With 7:32 left here in the fourth quarter. Calderon almost stolen Porter. Here's Anderson, a shot in the lane, off, no good. Anderson got her own rebound, but stolen by Kate Womack. Now the ball on the floor, And timeout taken by Jacksonville that kept from being a jump ball with a possession arrow. Well, it would have been Jacksonville's anyway, but it preserved their possession arrow. So timeout taken, Jacksonville 44 and the Ladycats 31. We'll take timeout with them back in a moment. 7:21 left here in the fourth quarter, and Jacksonville with a 44-31 lead. And the Maidens have the ball, and they work it into Anderson outside the arc in the right corner. Anderson penetrates in and throws it out to Calderon. She's being guarded by Abram. Penetrates in, shuffled it down low, and once again, good low block position by Gibson, who's just like a block of granite down there. When she catches that ball, she is going to put it in. Getting that position, catching the ball is the hard part, then it scores. Ball knocked loose from the Ladycats. Porter picks it up. 10-footer is good. That's Davia Porter, who has 18. Ladycats back to within 13 now at 46-33 with 6:46 left in the fourth quarter. Calderon. And here's Anderson, a long shot of three, no good. Comes down to Porter. Porter starts running down for the Ladycats. Porter drives in. Floater is off, no good. The ball was knocked over in the corner, and Jacksonville will win the race to the ball. Calderon comes down the court. The ball knocked out of her hands. Picked up Aaliyah Abram down to Porter. Porter drives in, beats the crowd, missed the layup, and then Porter reached in and stripped the ball out, and Ladycats get it back. Well, the tall Abercrombie, I tell you, has really caused Sadavia to miss some layups. Normally she never misses a layup, but that's a big presence down there that even getting there late can cause trouble. Here's Sadavia with a three. It's off. So Tanton with good offensive rebounding position. Out to Kate Womack. Here's Godbolt from the free throw line. It's good by Danielle Godbolt. And Danielle has 5 points. Ladycats down by 11. 6 minutes left, third quarter. Fourth quarter. Calderon across the midline, over to Anderson. Back to Alexis Calderon. She thought about the three, now penetrates into the lane. Shot put up and off the glass. Nice little short shot there by Tamia Tucker, who has 8 points. And Jacksonville back up by 13, 48-35. 5:31 left here in the fourth quarter. Porter with the ball, over to Godbolt. Godbolt in, gets it over to Kate Womack. And back to Godbolt, slashes in, and we have a foul down on the floor. All right, let's see who, may call that on Anderson. If that is, yes, a fourth foul on Kalisha Anderson. And Jacksonville will bring in to Carrie Tilly and Porter to trigger in for the Ladycats. Out to Kate Womack for the three. Did not even make the front iron there, and it'll go back to Jacksonville. 5:16 all that's left here in the fourth quarter, and Jacksonville with a 13-point lead at 48-35. Calderon across the midline. And they're in no particular hurry at Jacksonville. Big lead, 5 minutes left to play here. And they get the ball over to Tilly and back to Abercrombie. Abercrombie penetrates in, put up the shot off the glass. Had good body control to be able to, she took a bump in there and put it in. And now Porter back the other end will put up the floater, no good. Fight for the rebound. Tanton diving down as she threw it in. It went right to Jacksonville. Jacksonville by 15, 50-35. Here's Calderon with a shot. It's off, no good. Godbolt came down with a rebound. They'll call her for traveling. She had a maiden on her back, by the way, but they call for traveling on falling to the floor, and that is a correct call. Even, I guess, with a team or a person from the other team on your back. 4:25 left here in the fourth quarter, and a 15-point lead for Jacksonville. Calderon into the lane she goes. The ball stripped by Porter. A jump ball. Possession arrow back to Jacksonville. Now see, this is where that timeout a while ago that Jacksonville would have probably gotten a jump ball out of that anyway, but it saved that possession arrow for them. So this time, Jacksonville gets the ball on the alternate possession, and we have a timeout taken on the court. 4:16 left in the fourth quarter. Jacksonville 50 and the Lady Cats of Sulphur Springs 35. We'll be back in a moment. Hills Maidens 50 and the Lady Cats of Sulphur Springs 35. Final 4:16 of the ball game here. And Calderon will trigger in for Jacksonville. We appear to have some trouble with the streaming. Here's a ball is laid up and in. A good inbound pass, and Tucker hit it. She's got 10 points. Jacksonville leading by 17, now 52-35. Danielle Godbolt around to Porter. Goes to Kate Womack. She'll launch the three. Comes up short. And Autumn Tanton, bounced it in off of Jacksonville player, and it hit her right in the stomach and did not feel good there for Tamia Tucker. She's kind of holding that stomach and see if they're going to give her a breather. They are. The ball may have, as much as anything, maybe kind of knocked the breath out of her. And Coach Nabby is have the training staff take a look at her quickly. The Lady Cats throw into Porter. She'll shoot the three. Good by Sadavia Porter, who has 21 points. And the Lady Cats are down by 14 at 52-38. 3:44 left here in the fourth quarter. Jacksonville, Anderson. Pass is tipped and stolen by Porter. Porter racing down the court, and she got bumped by Calderon, who was trying to impede her progress. And she's just about as fast as Porter, but that time felt the need to bump her, and Calderon will pick up just her second foul, I believe, and that's what the scores table says. Lady Cats inbound, they're down 52-38. Autumn Tanton for the three. In and out, no good. Scrap for the rebound, and comes down to Danielle Godbolt. Her shot was blocked out of bounds, but she was fouled. And it's going to be on Gibson. That's just her second. Anderson playing with 4 fouls out there. Danielle Godbolt at the free throw line. She is 1 out of 2. This one is, hit the front iron. No good. We'll get another. Lady Cats down by 14 with 3:26 left here in the fourth quarter. Godbolt's free throw is off, no good. And saved in bounds by the Maidens. And here comes Calderon, top of the key. Left side, here's Anderson, a three. Off the iron, no good. Good rebound, Lindley. And Lindley down the court. Lindley driving down the court, spins around a player and laid it up and in. Oh, what an unusual journey that was, but a nice play by Nyla Lindley. She's got 4 points. Lady Cats down by 12, now 52-40. 2:54 left in the fourth quarter. Anderson down low to Gibson. Shot missed. Womack with a rebound. Down to Porter. Long pass for Godbolt. She had to save it inbounds, and it was intercepted by Jacksonville. Calderon, behind the back pass, a Euro step. She missed it. And rebound to Nyla Lindley. Over to Porter. Porter flashing down the court. 3-on-2 for the Lady Cats. Ball over to Godbolt. Gets it back to Tanton. Down low to Porter, who got the layup up and in. Porter with 23, a 10-point game now. 2:16 left, and Porter went for the steal and picked up the foul. Backcourt foul on Porter. That's just her third. And now, checking back in, Jacksonville fans will be glad to know that Kalisha Anderson, that Tamia Tucker has returned. That little hit in the stomach with the ball as the player threw it in off of her. She was able to overcome that and is back in there for Jacksonville. They're up by 10 with 2:06 left here in the fourth quarter. Ball over to Tucker. Right side, Anderson down low to Gibson. Blocked by Tanton, but they're going to call Tanton for a foul. And Autumn, that's her very first foul I show. 2 shots for Gibson. And Gibson has struggled from the free throw line. 1 out of about 6 or 7. 1, 2, 3, 1 out of 6. And she got that one. So Gibson 2 out of 7 with 1 coming. Jacksonville's lead back up to 11. 1:58 left in the fourth quarter. Missed that one. Godbolt the rebound. Lady Cats down 53-42, 1:55 left here in the fourth quarter. Porter drives in. Godbolt will shoot the three. That is off, no good. Tanton was fighting for the rebound. Abercrombie tried to throw it in off Tanton, and Tanton made the catch. She doesn't know about her hand-eye coordination from volleyball. But then Tanton drove in, and she got hip checked pretty hard there. And I guarantee that was a lot harder than that little push that drew a flagrant foul. Free throws for Autumn Tanton. It was a third foul on Gibson, and Tanton hits the first free throw. Autumn with 5 points. This free throw on the way off, no good. Rebound to Anderson. Lady Cats are down to within 10 now, 53-43. Calderon into the lane. A couple of players regarding her closely from both sides, and I think Sadavia just picked up her fourth foul. So now she is in legitimate foul trouble with 1:37 left here in the ball game. 10-point Jacksonville lead, 1:37 left here in the fourth quarter, and a good foul shooter, I would think, for Jacksonville, and they missed it. But that rebound by, the shot was missed by Jacksonville. They said the Lady Cats blocked it out of bounds. That was Tucker that got the rebound and put up his short shot, but they'll say block shot, and it went out of bounds. Last touch by the Lady Cats. 10-point Jacksonville lead with just 1:27 left here in the fourth quarter. And now the officials are over at the scorer's table checking on something. And now they are satisfied. And a non-shooting foul. They wanted to... No, that was no foul at all. And now a throw-in is stolen by Danielle Godbolt. Godbolt drives down and missed the layup, and Abercrombie with a rebound. Stolen by Porter, and Godbolt picked it up back to Porter. Porter, a 10-footer off the iron. Porter got her own rebound. Follow shot, no good. Godbolt a rebound, and as she was falling to the ground, she shot the ball, and they called her for traveling. I don't think you can be called for traveling. Well, her feet couldn't have moved, could they? But she put up a shot. You couldn't call traveling until she hit the floor, I don't think. And now somebody from Jacksonville has been hit in the face, and it's Calderon again. That's a couple of blows to the face for her tonight. And the training staff again by Jacksonville out there taking a look at her. And she heads down to the other end of the court. Appears to be everything intact there, as maybe her vision's cleared up and all that after getting hit in the eye or the face there, or both. Abercrombie to throw in for Jacksonville. It's into Calderon. 1:10 left in the fourth quarter. Calderon, now normally she would probably generate or penetrate and shoot, and now Autumn Tanton picks up the foul. Careful, Autumn, you don't want to push. And Autumn with her second foul. And it'll be 1+1 for Calderon. The Lady Cats have 9 fouls, one more, but there's just 1:03 left, but one more, and it'll be 2 shots for everything. Calderon misses the free throw. They have not shot free throws well tonight. Lady Cats come back down, give the ball to Porter. Long three. Good by Sadavia Porter. Porter with 26 points. Lady Cats down by 7 with 47 seconds left to play. They tried to steal the ball in the backcourt, and Danielle Godbolt will pick up the foul for reaching. That is her first. But the way Jacksonville is shooting free throws, that would appear to be a sound strategy, because they have not shot free throws well in this ball game. They made 1 in the third quarter, 1 in the fourth quarter, and that missed. Calderon, a really good shooter, but she has not had a good night shooting. She's made some layups and stuff. Now, she hit a couple of threes, but the shooting gods helped her on those. Here's a free throw. That was a swish. That was a nice look on that. And it is 54-46, 8-point lead. 42 seconds left here in the fourth quarter, and the Lady Cats tried to get it inside to Lindley, and the ball got thrown away. And that may just put a bow on it here with 39.9. The Lady Cats down by 8 unless they can get an incredible number of steals and threes and stuff. The ball back in Calderon's hands. And she races down the court, long pass to Abercrombie, and good thing she is treetop tall. And I think Autumn Tanton got out there and picked up a foul. That's her third. And I'll see what kind of free throw shooter Abercrombie's been. Actually, she has not been to the line, so she may be the answer for them from the free throw line tonight. And she shoots the first. It missed. Boy, they've had a tough night at the free throw line. But that's about all that they were deficient in tonight. But they want to shore that up. 1 out of 2 for Abercrombie before if they advance, before they play in the next round. Free throw shooting misses will kill them. Danielle Godbolt tried to get it back to Porter, knocked out of bounds by Jacksonville. 26.2 left here in the fourth quarter. Maidens of Jacksonville 55, Ladycats of Sulphur Springs 46. Into Tanton, long three. That one is off, no good, and the rebound comes down to Gibson. And she gets it over to Calderon, and as Godbolt reached in to try to get the ball, and pretty hard foul there, but another foul on Godbolt. That will be her second. And I'm sure there's some frustration on those Ladycats as you realize your season is drifting away in 18.3 seconds, down by 9 points. Calderon free throws, and this one is good. Well, she's warming up to the task. She's hit 3 out of 6. No, 4 out of 8. So a 500 foul shooter made the last 2. Hit that one. And it's an 11-point lead for Jacksonville. 13 seconds left. Autumn Tanton, a long three, off, no good. And the rebound to Tucker. Over to Calderon, just 6 seconds left here. Jacksonville wins this one in by-district action. A solid victory for them at a score of 57-46. The Ladycats had a pretty good fourth quarter. They scored 16, but and Jacksonville only scored 13, but they had a big lead going into that fourth quarter at a 14-point lead and ends up at 11 points. And the Jacksonville players are patting Sadavia Porter. She is obviously distraught and is kind of in a kneeling position. And every player from Jacksonville went by and patted her on the back. And well deserved, because Sadavia had 26 points. I think she may be high point for the game. Yes, I believe she will be. But she is very distraught. The end of the season always tough to take. And when she gets over this, she'll get a chance to probably her really first love, and that'll be track. And she'll be probably finding Coach Tyson as soon as she can to try to wash this one out of her mouth and get into that track program where she can really concentrate on those sprints. Jacksonville wins this one by the score of 57-46. Jacksonville goes to 29-6 for the season, and the Ladycats will slip to 24-8. And so Jacksonville gets it done, and really it seemed like a spot in that second quarter where Jacksonville made a little spurt, and then came that third quarter, and Jacksonville really had a big third quarter, outscoring the Ladycats 18-7, and that just made a hill too big to climb, that 14-point lead in the fourth quarter. Ladycats played better, but not did enough to erase that lead. And so let's go back to James Terry, and we will add up who scored what and tell you about that right after this break. As we'll give you the scoring for the Jacksonville Maidens. They were the home team in this by-district game. And once again, they're top-notch sophomore guards, big time for them. And Grace Abercrombie, after really kind of a slow start, she had 5 points at the half, but she ended with 18. Had a big third quarter with 2 threes and scored 10 points in that third quarter that was so key to this ball game for Jacksonville. So 18 for Abercrombie. And she had 3 threes and 2 threes for Alexis Calderon. I'm thinking that I must have marked a 3 in the wrong spot. I know that was Calderon that hit that big 3. I'm going to change the scoring. I'm going to give Calderon 20 points because I am pretty sure that's the way that went down. And 15 for Abercrombie because I know that Calderon hit those 2 threes, and both of them, including that one that went in right at the buzzer, it did everything but bounce out. So 20 for Calderon and 15 for Abercrombie. And 10 points for Tashira Gibson and 10 points for Tamia Tucker and 2 points for Kalicia Anderson. And just one senior on this team, and well, we didn't see her tonight. So the future looks bright for those Maidens of Jacksonville with their 57 points. By the quarters, I'll do that after we give you the Lady Cats. Sadavia Porter led all scorers with 26. After that, Kate Womack had 6. Danielle Godbolt 5, Autumn Tanton 5, and Nyla Lindley had 4. By quarters, we were tied after the first quarter, 11-11. Jacksonville outscored the Lady Cats 15-12 in the second quarter to go ahead 26-23 at the half. And then the third quarter, and this was really a killer for the Lady Cats. Jacksonville outscored them 18-7 and went up 44-30, went up by 14 points. Lady Cats outscored them in the fourth quarter 16-13, but that wasn't nearly enough. Got it back to within an 11-point ball game, and that's where it ended, with Jacksonville winning this one by the score of 57-46. So that's going to wrap up this bi-district ball game, and we'll thank James Terry for his good work back in master control tonight. Doug Haston did our engineering and also shot the video for the ball game tonight. I'm Don Julian with your play-by-play from Winona, Jim, bi-district action. And Jacksonville defeats the Lady Cats of Sulphur Springs by the score of 57-46. Thank you so much for joining us, and so long, everybody.
Thank you, Don. This has been Lady Cat basketball on your official Wildcat and Lady Cat station, KSST, 1230 AM, Sulphur Springs, Texas. We'll go back to good time oldies after this.